lot of people got screwed over that time.
Absolutely. Different industries,
small businesses
got impacted.
businesses.
Absolutely.
So sad.
Absolutely.
It was very sad.
Yeah.
You gotta feel for the people that worked hard for their businesses, and it just got shut down just like that.
Exactly.
And they had nothing to do with
it. Retails, restaurants,
like busting your ass for 50, 30, 40 years to get your business to keep working.
Absolutely. Even businesses more than 100 years.
Yes, 100 years
have gone as well during COVID. So that's where COVID disrupted our lives in a way that if you couldn't, if you didn't have the ability to adapt quickly and change, because there's huge changes, you're just gonna miss the train. And I guess, it's one of those eras where we just got disrupted from just, natural disruption, not human disruption like AI, where we created something is now disrupting.
Well, people think it's both. Fairly so.
Yeah, I guess.
Like
we don't know. So there's a lot of theories.
Oh no, not theories for the COVID. It's more like what how the government dealt with it.
Yeah,
is where people are just outraged at, and it's fair enough. Like you get 50 years of hard work and you're putting your blood and soul into this business, and something unnatural happens. Sorry, something you don't know if it's natural or not, but it's sudden and it happens, and then the government just comes down and tells you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Just because they're higher power. It's unfair. It's sad.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. Right. And sometimes
you gotta feel for these people.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. It's impacted a lot of people, and definitely when there's a higher power,
there's nothing in your hands.
Absolutely, you can't do anything.
If you're told to shut down, if you're labeled as unessential, it's not essential for you. It's not essential for government, but it's essential for you. It's
Correct.
What food is.
Correct.
What put food on the table every single day.
Yeah. It has a huge impact, and. But I guess in Australia, we are fortunate to have a different, there was some sort of support as well, but not like other countries where people, they just can't afford to stop working for a day. Yeah. I guess, the government tried to support, but definitely, unfortunate people lost their businesses.
Some people, it's just not enough.
Not enough.
Enough.
No, absolutely. Yes, we totally agree on this. Right. And, they got impacted, their mental health got impacted, their families, their future.
Yeah, it's not only just about the money, it's about a clientele.
Yeah.
Some things are more important than money.
Yeah.
Say, for example, if you run a business, like, say, for example, a restaurant, you care more about your clients coming in and seeing you in person than giving you their money for food. So you build more trust if you actually get to see your client coming in every day for the everyday coffee.
Absolutely.
Over the payment that you would get from the government, right? And I have this 2 or 3, 4 restaurants that I go to every single time that I might go to, because I have a connection with them. If they shut down, like, I'm still gonna pay for the coffee somewhere else, but I lose on the connection between me and them.
Exactly. The quick conversation you would have with the person who's making you the coffee or making you the sandwich.
Yeah.
And this sort of like friendship you
way.
build, and someone you got to see every morning. On the way to work, you just pass by, have a coffee, have a quick chat, and that would make your day. In fact. Yes. But absolutely, what happened, especially in Melbourne, we were in a big prison for a couple of years. We're not, able to move more than, 5 kilometers. Imagine you just can't go for a walk for 1 hour and get back home.
And there were loopholes in the system as well. So like, me being me, I went out.
Yeah.
Right. And I went out with my friends legally.
Yeah.
Like, I was with my friends still. Yeah. And we walked around the lake near Craigieburn, but it was labeled as exercise.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's no difference for me being with my friends at home.
Correct.
Is it?
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And, eventually you just can't limit strict human freedom.
No.
Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter how much power you have. People humans are free. You want to walk, you want to go. No one can tell you to stop and to do this.
And you can't treat them like they're kids.
No. Exactly. And I guess, I guess it's just all about what you think is logical and reasonable to do as well as a human within the COVID circumstances. We were confused, like what the heck is happening? Is it a joke? Is it someone created this? Is it something just suddenly appeared? And people were confused. If I leave home and get COVID, would I would that cause harm to me? Would I harm my family? So people were unsure. Some people would say, okay, this is something real. Other people is unreal. So there was a time where it's just too many uncertain things. And eventually people, they just, followed the rules because they don't want to be punished or get fines, as well.
But I think we got tricked. My opinion, my personal opinion, I think we as people, we got lied to and manipulated in a way. Because now people are waking up to the fact that, we weren't told the full truth. We weren't told the whole story. We weren't told the whole thing, right? We were told something that they wanted us to believe so that we can question enough, but not to the point to react to it. And I know for a fact that I was one of those people, right? I would see something on the TV, I'm unsure. I don't know what's going on.
That's right.
I don't know if it's going to kill me. I don't know if it's going to kill my dad. Exactly. I don't know if it's going to kill my brother. I don't know if it's going to kill my, my cousins. So I'm going to be as careful to the point where I don't do something stupid, but also I'm questioning.
Absolutely.
But not to the point where I can do something.
Absolutely.
Right? Because I still don't know about it. But now people are going, well, with the whole reports coming out about how it could have been a lab leak and whatnot, they think that they knew back then, but they didn't want to tell people, and how the vaccines now are doing things to the people that are having, some kind of reactions to it, with people having heart attacks. So there's kind of a question mark right now from people, and it's good, so that something that arises soon enough that's similar to this, people are not going to be asleep on it just like they were right now. And they're going to be more questionable about it.
That's right.
And you got to be questionable about it. It doesn't mean you got to do something stupid and go just stand in front of the parliament and go, no, screw the law. That doesn't mean you do that.
Absolutely.
Right? But also you have to be questionable enough to the point where you can not abide if you don't fully understand.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Yeah. And I guess that, again, as I mentioned before, it comes back to us as a human to critically think and question things as well.
100%.
And we don't have to agree with everything, and at the same time we don't have to disagree. You take these things as bites and think, analyze, and take actions accordingly. And as long as what we do is not totally against the law or it doesn't cause any harm to other people, absolutely. And I feel like during COVID, we were drunk, and now we started to come back, from the hangover. And, it's like, what happened? They just passed quickly. I'm trying to remember what happened, and he questioned everything, the vaccine, he questioned the whole thing happened.
But it's sad the way they kind of pilled people. They kind of just like gave them a little drug. They drugged them a little bit. It's like, just go to sleep right now for a little bit. It's sad the way it happened.
Exactly. And the thing is, who are those people? Are we talking about government, or are we talking about people behind the government, or government people? They were as confused as us, and therefore they just want to take the appropriate actions as they thought it's the logical way to do it.
Could be all three.
Could be everything.
Could be all three.
Exactly.
Because there's definitely people that said things that they wouldn't have agreed with. For sure, a couple of politicians came up on stage and said a few things that they knew were lies, but they had to do it to keep their jobs.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am convinced that because I don't know, if I was in a similar situation and this is my main income and I have a family to look after, it's hard to go and say the truth.
Correct.
Because you could be called out for it, and then you lose your job, and then you have no money.
Exactly.
And this is what happens in hospitals and whatnot.
Correct.
So you get a doctor that tells you that this vaccine and this medication works, even though it could not. But they have to do it because it keeps their job. Right?
Yeah.
It's not easy to tell the truth.
No, it's tricky. It's tricky sometimes, especially if it comes back to your something that could affect your life and your family and your kids. So you just can't push back sometimes, and you do what you have to do with your job.
And you gotta question the payoff, Sharaf, honestly, because like if you say something that's so abysmal like that, and if you go out as a politician and say, "Oh, the vaccines don't work, people are being lied to, you're being manipulated," they're gonna be labeled as crazy, and people are gonna look at it weird.
Yeah,
especially during that time when everyone was panicking.
Correct.
Right.
That you just did something against the
outrageous
norms, you know. That would looks weird.
Yeah, but it's a 50-50. You could like actually get scolded for it, or you could get praised to the point where like, oh, this guy's a genius, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
it's a very thin line.
Yeah,
and it depends on the person and what kind of person they are.
Exactly.
Do you want to take the gamble or not?